Hi, I'm Bernard. Today we're going to talk about hair extension placement patterns. So what I've noticed is most education about hair extensions starts in the very bottom in the back of the head and run the rows of extensions up the back. I've found putting the top row in first will give you greater success. And what I've done is shaved a couple of mannequin heads and drawn some patterns on with a Sharpie so I can show you how I put them in, starting with the perimeter first, drawing the picture before I start to fill it in. So here we have Bridget, a mannequin head I've shaved for you to see and get a little illustration. I would consider a side part an asymmetrical style. Most people just consider it symmetrical because we're so used to seeing side parts. But truly, it's a little off to the side, so the top row of extensions should be a little higher on the side that the hair is not parted on. So what that does is gives a little less space on this side and a little more space on this side to fill in later. But what I find is when you do this top row of extensions following the same curve as a hairline, following that same curve up here, gives you enough distance away from the crown, but also away from the part for that top row. A couple of other things that does is when you bring that top row up very high, you have less hair for the client to fall over the top for a weight line you have to blend, so it helps with the cutting. But also, the top row is the most important row of extensions for color blending. That's where the client's color and the ends, which may be faded a little bit, touch the top row of extensions. Where that touches, you may have needed to pepper in a couple of blonde or lighter brown or dark pieces to make the color blend better. So use them now instead of starting in the very bottom, running your rows up the back, running out of your highlight or low light pieces that you may have needed on the top. And then do the very bottom row next. What that does is it gives you a full perimeter done. Top row, bottom row, perimeter done, and then we're gonna fill it in. Then what we're gonna do is do the sides and then the back. And I have another mannequin to show you for that. So here I brought in another mannequin to show you. Still have the top row and bottom row put in there all the way around in black. But then I've done in a reddish orange color the other most common patterns for me. What I'll do on the side that we part on is put one more row of extensions in the middle between the top and bottom row. And then on the other side, I'll have a top and bottom row in between the top and bottom row. So I end up with one more on this side. If I were to put 2 rows in between here, I would have done 3 on this side. Or fine-haired clients, possibly nothing in the middle here, and then I would just have 1 in the middle here. So the rule is 1 more row of extensions in between the top and bottom on the thicker side of hair. And then I evaluate how much hair do I have left and make it work in the back. This is very common for me, 2 or 3 rows of extensions solid across the back. I realize some people put a little bit of space in between their bonds as they put them in. That's fine. There are no rules in hair extensions. This is just what works well for me. So if that was helpful, you can check out our podcast also, The Profitable Stylist, over at iTunes. But you can also go to our website, theprofitablestylist.com.